Hey everybody, this is Dustin, your specialist. So I just did a video on this same unit. This is a 2019 Grand Design Reflection. It's a 303 RLS, and it came in for the customer satisfaction program. And so make sure you check out that prior video on that, or talk about accessories that were installed that aren't part of that customer survey. But while the unit was here, when we're doing these repairs for the manufacturer under that customer satisfaction program, basically what we're doing is we're looking for the I-beam. So some units don't have a box tube underneath, some of them do. But if the I-beam has a crack on the frame and it's below like an inch down, then we go ahead and drill out the crack, grind it out, weld it, grind it down flat, and then there's a bar that I don't remember the exact length. I want to say it varies because sometimes we have to cut them because there's things in the way, but I think it's like 90 inches or something like that, but that gets welded down along the whole length of the frame to support the I-beam to keep it from locking and cracking. Now, if the crack is above an inch, and which a lot of the times we find them are, this one we were kind of surprised to see that there was any cracks in the frame, because the consumer early on had put in the more ride cross braces, and he had 3 of them. There's the third one that we didn't install, and I'll get into that too. But these cross braces are fantastic. We've been putting them in for years on every year, make and model brands of anything that's towable, just to kind of help strengthen and support the trailers. So this particular one, all that stuff had to come loose because we're going in here and we're adding in a V-brace. So we're, cleaning and grinding up the area, removing all the paint, dirt, grime, grease, whatever's up in there, welding it on up on both of the sides of the actual bottom lower eye, and then on the opposite sides of the actual hanger itself inside there. And so we did that on all 6 of the hangers. Here's a view of the back, and so same thing, those had to come down. So that's part of that bulletin, that survey, is to install these 6 V-braces, right? So basically when you're getting in there, we generally drop the whole entire suspension out of the way, so that way we can access it, crawl in and out, get in here with our welders. We're not getting anything on anything. This particular unit had upgraded disc brakes. It didn't originally come with it. And it also had, in another short video that we did to show the consumer, it had a SRE 4000, which was a more ride, almost like the CRE 3000, but a heavy duty one that he had bought and put on here, which was actually kind of overkill for this size and weight of trailer. But when we removed all that, we found that all the bushings and the components were completely worn out and shot. Now, a lot of those kits you're going to see on the CRE 3000 and on the SRE 4000, those are only good for 5 years because the rubbers can go bad as well, besides the bushings. People always ask me, hey Dustin, how often should I change the bushings? Well, it just depends. It depends if they're wet bolts or not. Depends on how much you're lubing them. Depends on how much you travel. Depends on the rough roads. It depends on if it's parked or you're not traveling. So anyways, on this, his suspension was completely shot. All the bushings were worn out. Luckily, it didn't damage any of the hangers. So when those bushings go bad, and I've done a bunch of videos on this, when the bushings of the springs and the eye go bad, the bolt and the spring is now bouncing and shaking in this area, which will cause the eyes of the leaf spring hanger to open up or waller out. At that point, these bushing bolts they have stars on them where they get kind of set in place where they're stuck, so they can't spin. So if those are wallered out, then the bolts will actually turn inside there when they're not supposed to do that, instead of it riding on the bushing itself. So the shackle bolts. So as you can see on here, because the suspension was bad, and also for whatever reason, none of the main distributors in the United States are keeping the SRE 4000s in stock. I believe it's an old system and they're basically getting rid of it, because for the top 3 main distributors in the United States not to have those anywhere at any other locations. And then we only found them on like eTrailer and a couple little off-brand sites, and some of them were ranging all wild and crazy from like 1500 to 900, and some of them were like used and some of them were new. So anyways, the customers needing this coach in a hurry because they're getting ready to go on a long trip. So we said, hey, our options are put it back on there and you take it and sign a waiver saying, hey, it's shot and you're at your own risk, or We can switch out to a different suspension system. You can go to like a Dexter kit, which we've got a bunch of videos on there, or you can go with, top of the line that we can offer, which is the Roadmaster Comfort Ride system. So check out our other videos on this. This system is pretty stout. We've been putting these on now for at least, I want to say 8+ years. They have made changes to them. So some people will go online and go, oh, I see it on Amazon and it's so much cheaper and this and that. Yep, that's the old version, folks. So these new ones now, basically what they've got is they've got them double pinned with a clip with a drive pin through it. So there's two spring clips to keep them from fanning out. And people always ask, hey, over the years they've changed these too, because they used to only offer for a 2.5 or 2 3/8 size axle, and then a 3-inch axle, and then a 3.5-inch axle, which is a 3.5 would be your 8,000 pound. This particular axle is a 5,200 pound axle, and so the kit is based off of not only the axle size but actually the gross vehicle weight. So when we looked this one up, his VIN information was actually all worn off the side of the coach, so I had to call Grand Design and say, hey, what's their weight? And it came in at like 11,995. And so we said, hey, sir, we can put on the 6,000 pound per axle system, which is like a 12,000 pound. I says, or, it might be better to go ahead and upgrade it to the 7,000 pound, which basically brings it up to about 14,000, which is what he went ahead and elected to do. He was saying he was going to add some solar panels pretty soon and some other batteries. And of course, even little stuff that people don't think about, like we've added snap pads, or he's added these more right cross braces. He's added, disc brakes instead of the drums. Now we've added more weight because of the Roadmaster, which is not much, but still more weight because of that. So all those things come into play. All right. He's added different steps on here. He's added cross braces on the front jacks. And then of course, nobody ever really weighs the units as they're supposed to in checking them. It's just real seldom. He's added a true topper, which I'm kind of interested to see. I've been seeing a lot of those online and I haven't looked at that yet, but I'll do that in another video. But anyways, if you haven't checked out our other videos on the Roadmaster Comfort Ride, I encourage you to do so. I mean, it's kind of you say a loss for us because, we're here, selling maintenance and repairs and accessories and upgrades because we don't sell anything. We don't sell units. So our bread and butter is off of service and repairs.